All right, welcome back. We're going to draft a little more Legacy Cube. Hopefully, have a lot of fun here. Uh, our last one was a stunningly punishing league, so hopefully that's not the case this time around. Alrighty, here we go. Oh, let's see. So Elspeth is a really good control win condition / late game card. Garrick, if we want to go into the ramp deck, which we tend to have bad luck with, so I'm thinking maybe not. Gilded Lotus, Fauna Shaman, also in the ramp deck. Gilded Lotus is just a good card. We could take Hollowed Spirit Keeper, Deceiver Exarch if we want to try and sneak in the twin combo, though generally you want to take like Kiki or Splinter Twin before you take Deceiver Exarch. Young Pyromancer, good card. Let's see. I kind of want to take Elspeth, though I don't know if that's actually good for a first pick. We could take Gilded Lotus and just sort of stay open. I want to take Elspeth. Okay, maybe we should have been in the ramp deck, because here's a Great Henge, and that's just really good. Sun Titan, pretty decent. Oblivion Ring is really good removal. Crucible of Worlds Wasteland sounds fun, but, you know, what are the odds? I mean, we could take Sneak Attack and just try and pick up big things, because we are only one pick in. Are we drafting to be good, or are we drafting for fun? I think we're kind of drafting for fun. I want to take Sneak Attack. Okay, so if we're going to play the Sneak Attack deck, Garden Hellkite is like okay. It's not amazing. It just deals a bunch of damage and does some stuff. I mean, it just attacks for 5 and does some stuff after. Like, pings up to 5 things for 1, or... I don't think we're going to take the Hellkite. I think we're going to take... Like, Mystic Confluence is a really good card. And we're not really committed to any particular strategy at the moment. We could take Stone Coil Serpent, but I don't really want to. What is the most objectively powerful card in this pack? I don't know. I'm going to take Mystic Confluence. We'll see what we're doing here in a minute. So I'm seeing a lot of control cards coming around here. Condemn, Careful Consideration, Thief of Sanity, Snapcaster Mage. All of these are really good control cards. Like, really good control cards. So we could be on like a blue-white control deck. Like, Everflowing Chalice, also just good. I think... I'm going to take Snapcaster. Despite having no targets for it, there's more than one Condemn in the cube. Like, Condemn effect, you know? Excuse me. Okay, so in this pack, we have Concealed Courtyard, if we want to splash, like, into black for Esper, like if Thief of Sanity somehow comes around. We're probably not in a Weenie deck, so not Mentor. Selfless Spirit, kind of the same deal, but could work. It is a 2-mana, 2-power flyer. Kitchen Finks if we wanted life gain. Kind of like Manatithe because it's Trolley. So I think it's between Manatithe and Concealed Courtyard. I think I'm going to take Manatithe. Okay, we have... Daze is good. Giver of Runes, we probably don't have enough creatures for. Buried Alive, we're not doing the Reanimator thing. Delver of Secrets... I don't know that we're going to be particularly aggressive. If we already had some red cards, like maybe, and it might come around. We'll take Daze. Okay. So this time around we have Gideon, who's a really good control card. There's Kozilek. We wanted like some huge top end. Fairgrounds Warden is, in my opinion, not so great. I don't value that card very highly, and Merfolk Looter is really good. I think we're going to take Gideon and minimize the number of creatures we have, though Looter might actually be the better pick. Okay. Fire and Ice. Just tapping a permanent and drawing a card. So there's Anger, Sweltering Suns, and Kavu in this pack. So is tapping a permanent and drawing a card and maybe dealing 2 damage better than just having a 7 mana anti-aggro card. I think I'm going to take Elishnorn. I may not be running her in the main deck, but we'll see. Okay, we could take Hollowed Spirit Keeper. Just as another creature. Repeal is actually really good. I think I'm going to take Repeal. I don't know if I want to be a really creature-heavy deck. Like, these are good cards, but I don't want to add their colors. I don't think we're taking Blackcleave Cliffs. Sun Titan is really good. We don't currently have any really good targets to get back with it. We don't have any fetch lands, and like Snapcaster is really our only hit. I think I'm going to take Oblivion Ring, because just 3 mana exile anything that's problematic is probably really good. Spear of Heliod is kind of interesting, because the revenge effect could actually be pretty decent. I don't think we're playing Aurelia, even if we're in red. Night of Autumn, we're probably not in green. I'm going to take Spear. I don't know if I'm playing it, though. Okay, Condemn came all the way back around. So I think we've identified an open lane. I don't really want either of these cards, so I'm going to take Concealed Courtyard. There's Delver. And Fairgrounds Warden. Okay, yeah, I think we're in an open lane here. We have a number of good playables and a number of decent maybe playables. Split in no particular way, really. These cards I'm considering a little more heavily are on the left versus on the right. Okay. So in our control deck, so we're probably not casting double or triple black cards. Mindslaver is a decent way to win the game. Martial Coup is actually probably a really decent Wrath in this deck. So you'd have to get up to 7 mana to Wrath the board. So if we find any number of mana rocks at all, this should be fine. Clifftop Retreat, once again, if we want to splash red, is decent fixing. And like, if we had any red fixing already, we probably could take a Braid. I don't think that we want to play Thalia in a control deck. Rashad and Port probably the same way. Phantasmal Image is a reasonable pickup. If our opponent plays anything that's like a good bomb, having a clone effect is pretty good, even if it just dies to anything. We could take Ulamog if we wanted a complete late game. I think I'm going to take Martial Coup. That might be wrong, as it might have just come all the way around, but we'll see. Okay, so in this pack, we don't have any massive creatures, so Arcane Artisan is probably not as good. Entreat the Angels is really good, but that's probably going to come around. Land Tax might be a card we want to play in this deck. Magister of Worth is pretty good. 6 mana, destroy all creatures. 6 mana, get a 4/4, destroy all other creatures. And we do have a little bit of fixing for black, and I assume we will get more. Treasure Map, decent fixing, scrying, extra draw. I think I'm going to take Mana Leak. Hedron Archive, Treasure Map are also rated really highly. We'll see what happens. Okay, we don't have... Oh, shoot. Okay, so we're getting a lot of instants and sorceries. So Augur of Bolus is going to be pretty good. Spellskite is decent. Probably we're not playing green, so no Lumbering Falls. Deafening Clarion is like a decent low mana wipe. I'd like to take Upheaval if we can get some more artifact mana of some kind. Like, it's not as good as in Vintage Cube, but it is really good. I don't like the sword. Sky Sovereign... I don't know if Sky Sovereign is good. I think Augur might come around, and Upheaval seems really trolly if we do it right. So I'm going to take Upheaval. Okay. Here's some more interesting cards. Okay, Fire and Ice. Probably one of the better swords, in my opinion. Time Warp is really good. If we stick a Planeswalker and then we cast a Time Warp, we're going to be way, way ahead, but that might be an ambitious plan. Blade Splicer is really good. Hangerback Walker is pretty good. Narset Parter of Veils is very annoying for all of my opponents. And we could take Watery Grave for the fixing. In case we do want to play black still, because we've seen some decent black cards coming around. I think I'm going to take Time Warp. Okay, Caracas. Seachrome Coast. On color fixing. and Chart, of course. Chart, of course. So we don't have any legendary creatures, though we could use it to protect this Gideon because he doesn't gain indestructible. But we don't have any, like we don't have a Vendilion Click or Venser, but if we do, this gets crazy. And Seachrome Coast, I'm going to take Karakas, but Seachrome Coast might actually be the pick. Okay. Okay, so Mana War is decent. Arid Mesa is probably what we're taking, or Mana Confluence. And is it Charm because we're not in red yet? So we'd really like to get Tundra or Hollowed Fountain, and Arid Mesa would super synergize with those. Alternatively, if we can get a half off color duel, like if we get a Steam Vents, Arid Mesa can fetch blue, or a Volcanic Island or whatever. Mana Confluence is just good though. I'm gonna take Mana Confluence. Okay. So we're not doing any reanimating, and Iona is probably never getting cast, which is unfortunate. Torrential Gearhulk is probably the pick. And we could take Basalt Monolith, because that could help us get up to like a large Martial Coup, or maybe actually cast Elish Norn. I kind of like Gearhulk, because hitting Mystic Confluence off of Gearhulk is like a wet dream. Cast Out's also good, but we're going to take Gearhulk. Okay. So we took Karakas, which means we're probably taking Vendilion Click. Outlaw's Merriment is also a really, really good Planeswalker control win condition, and being able to splash it off of Mana Confluence is super good. But I think Vendilion Click is just going to be too strong. Okay. We're going to start taking the red fixing here, because I don't think we're going to be Mind Slavering. Okay, Entreat the Angels, land tax, or Magister of Worth. We don't have a Jace, so floating this in our top cards is not fantastic. We might want land tax or Hedron Archive. We don't have any 4-drops right now. We probably just want Hedron Archive. Okay. There's Augur. We could take Deafening Clarion if we want a low mana Wrath. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think I'm going to take Augur. Probably take Hangerback. Revel Arc. Archon. Profane Command. I don't know how likely it is we run any of those cards, but we'll see. Okay, Jitte is really good all the time. And it's even better in Legacy Cube than it is in Vintage Cube, simply because Legacy Cube frequently has more creatures. And we have a decent number of creatures, especially a few that are evasive. So Umezawa's Jitte is probably really good. Kind of sad to pass Path, Glenalandra, and Creeping Tar Pit. But I think Jitte is going to be a little bit too strong. We're going to take Jitte. Okay, we've got some options. A little late for Kiki combo, I think. Knight Errant. Just making a token every turn. It's okay. Vindicate, if we want to splash black, is going to be pretty good. Spellseeker, we could fetch up Daze Mana Leak, Condemn Mana Tithe. That's fairly decent. And Jace Beleren. Could take Chromatic Lantern, because we don't have amazing mana, and we do have doubles at a lot of colors. It might let us splash a few other, like, things as well. And take Chromatic Lantern. This one is a tough pick. So, Wretched Confluence, probably not. Kira is a decent evasive flyer, but doesn't synergize with our Jitte. Sin Collector is pretty good. Probably just take Sin Collector. Like, Seeker of the Way is also really good, because just gaining a bunch of life on a bear is pretty good. Maybe we do that. Yeah, let's take Seeker of the Way, I think. Okay. Ooh, Venser. Venser Karakas feels dirty. Oh, there's a lot of things in this pack. Oh. Okay, Opposition is, like, unbeatable if you play any Planeswalkers that make dudes / make any reasonable number of tokens. And that might even be better than Venser here, because we do have Sun's Champion. We do have some low drop creatures, and we have a Martial Coup. Because like if you produce enough creatures early enough and in enough volume, your opponent just doesn't get to play the game anymore. And we did see an Elspeth in this pack that will likely wheel, as she's not that strong. Opposition or Venser. We don't have... I think I'm going to take Venser. No, I'm going to take Opposition. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay, Urza. Urza just seems pretty strong. We have some number of artifacts, but not any that are... Like, we're not abusing Urza straight up. But like 5 mana, maybe cast the top of our deck. We do have some big like control finishers. Scrubland is also good fixing, but we haven't picked up any good black cards, so probably not. We could take Lingering Souls. Lingering Souls wheels Jeté really well. Yeah, since we took Opposition, I think we're going to take Lingering Souls. Okay. We have a Baneslayer Angel. I don't think we need a Baneslayer Angel. We're probably not playing Sundering Titan. I think we just take Oust. Oust is really good removal in a cube. It's also a really personal favorite of mine. Playing it in Modern Battle of Wits is really fun. Yeah, let's take Oust. Okay, Approach. Approach is a way we can win the game. It's just really slow. We don't have a lot of heavy draw in this deck. We could take Stolen by the Fae. I don't know if that's actually good. Spectral Procession is decent. I'm gonna take Approach. Sphinx's Rev, Day of Judgment, Talrand, Blessed Alliance, Remove Soul. Where was this pack earlier? Could take Sphinx's Rev just for big reload. Talrand's also like really nuts. We don't have any Wraths of any kind. We actually probably have to take Day of Judgment. We have Martial Coup as a Wrath. Talrand makes Opposition really good, though. Oh, I don't know what to pick. I'm going to take Day of Judgment. Wow. Okay. Taking this card. Probably taking Spellseeker. Is getting some of these cards, just like guaranteeing a +1, having a dude for Opposition, is probably good enough. Vindicate's really strong, and we do have fixing to support it, but not a ton. Same with Sin Collector. Get Council's Judgment. Yeah, I think we're taking Council's Judgment. I don't know if we're playing Lightning Greaves or Legionnaire. Probably take Legionnaire. Burst Lightning inside. And Spectral Procession, which is a card we would like to play. Okay, so what creatures do we have? Are we running? So I think we're going to cut 6 cards. This is going to be kind of hard. I think we're going to cut Elish Norn. She's fine out of the side versus like a deck that goes really wide. I think I'm going to cut Approach. It's just going to be too slow. Lantern is really good because we do have double blue and double white and only one blue-white duel. Maybe we can't run Hedron Archive then? Like, it's decent. It gets us up to like Elspeth off of 4 if we have double white, Spectral Procession off of 4 if we have only double white, Gearhulk. It makes Martial Coup better. I think I'm going to cut it, though. I don't think we can afford a colorless mana rock here. Time Warp might be kind of ambitious. I think we're going to cut it and reduce our mana requirements. I don't know when the right time to run that card is. So we curve out at 6. Realistically, Martial Coup is like a 7-drop, and Repeal's like a 2 or 3-drop. Or, I mean, a 3 or 4-drop. Maybe we do run Delver. Because, like, we have Delver, we have Seeker of the Way, Snapcaster, Vendilion Click. Kind of regret not taking the Sword. I'm going a little bit of a tempo approach. Because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 instants and sorceries in a 40 card deck. I don't know. I think we actually cut Marshall a coup. Run Concealed Courtyard over Plains just for the flashback on Lingering Souls. Which double color do we have earlier? Oh, it's both. It's equal. Maybe we run one more island than Plains? No, we don't, because we have triple white. Okay. Alright. Let's do this. Round 1. We won the die roll. We would love to play first. Oh, this is not a good place for my camera now, is it? Oh, can we unlock that, please? Thank you. Get this out of the way. Okay. I think this is a fair hand. We're going to keep this. We got all of our colors of mana. We're going to do a bunch of cool things. Okay. Start Plains. Pass the turn. Opponent plays Island into Ponder. I don't know if I would Ponder turn 1, but I guess if I had nothing else to do, I would. Okay, we find a Vendilion Click. So let's play Seeker of the Way. Pass the turn. Alright, we draw Lingering Soul, so let's play an Island. Get in for 2. And then just draw a step, click, I think. Let's take a peek at what's going on, so we know what's coming up. Opponent scoops it up, they don't even want to show us. Perfect. Alright, so they're playing some sort of blue deck. Yeah, I think we're set up pretty well versus that, so we'll just run it back. I think this is good. Spectral Procession into opposition is really strong. Start Plains. Pass the turn. Opponent is also blue-white. Play Mana Confluence. Opponent plays a Spell Seeker. What do they reveal? Daze. Okay. So because we have double of both of our colors, I think what I'm going to do is run out Chromatic Lantern and hope they daze. If our opponent dazes this, they're going to be pretty far behind here. Okay, they don't. Cool. It also makes it easier to play around daze. And our Mana Confluence is now painless. That's awesome. Okay. Want to play a Plains? Conclave Tribunal. Okay. Takes Chromatic Lantern. Don't know how I feel about that. We take 1. We untap and draw Mana Tithe. Alright. Well, let's play an island and I guess pass. I will Mana Tithe that. How good's your days now? Okay, they get in for 1. We go to 17. We draw an Oust. So play an island and Spectral Procession, playing around days. Pass the turn. So Daze is a card that if you have no pressure is not very good if your opponent knows about it. We also have that legendary Torrential Gear Hulk for Mana Tithe coming up. Oh man. I don't know if that's... There's no way that's good. But I'm gonna get in for 1. We'll take it and go to 15. Teferi, Hero of Dominaria. Opponent gonna untap some lands. We draw a Lingering Souls. Okay, I think we just attack Teferi. Okay, Teferi goes to 2. Lingering Souls. We're not going to flash it back right now. They still have days. Okay, opponent draws with Teferi. Plays a Plains. I think now we're okay to block. If our opponent wraths, that's fine. Okay, Terminus. Okay, we'd like to draw a Plains. Can we draw Jitte? So let's... So we could try and Council's Judgment Teferi, or we can flashback Lingering Souls. And I think we want to flashback Lingering Souls. Okay. Let's cast Jitte. Pass the turn. Opponent plays a Plains, draws a card with Teferi, flashes back Deep Analysis. We're not in a great spot. Okay, destroy all non-giant creatures. Well, spirits are not giants. So now we're going to have to Council's Judgment Teferi. Okay, Caracas is good. So if our opponent doesn't know how this works, they'll vote for Conclave Tribunal, and we'll get a freebie. Opponent knows how it works. Good for you, opponent. Alright, pass the turn. That's really good that we finally got rid of their card advantage engine. They've drawn 6 more cards than we have. Finds an island. Mind Stone for our opponent. Okay. Full price Muldrifter. Well, opponent's drawing all the cards. We'd like a land so we can play Gear Hulk. Nope, that's a land. And you just pass. See what they do. Gets in for 2. That's fine. Takes us to 12. Opponent's going to Banishing Light our Jitte. Okay. I think we gotta run Gear Hulk out there. Like, we have to do something. We can't just sit here forever. Unfortunately, getting no value off of this Mana Tithe. Okay, opponent has a Swords. We'll play a Concealed Courtyard. And run out Opposition. It's not really going to do much at this stage of the game. Opponent has a fistful of cards, and we are probably not going to be able to catch back up this game. Okay, Council's Judgment. Gets rid of Opposition. I need to draw like an Elspeth. Opponent plays the Giant. Okay. Control Finisher, please. Not really what I asked for, but we are going to play it. I think we have to oust the Giant here. Probably not using Caracas mana, just in case. I guess it's worth noting when we were drafting that Venser would have been way better there than Opposition. Because we could have, like, waited, end-step Venser, Banishing Light, suited up with Jitte. But opponent also has an oust, which is really bad for us. Champion of Wits for our opponent. Gonna go digging. It's too bad we don't have like a Jace Memory Adept or something like that, We could just 0 and mill them for 10 and they would be in trouble. Discard Daze and Realm Cloaked Giants. We can stop playing around Daze. Opponent gets in for 2. Temporal Mastery. Oh man. The old hardcast Temporal Mastery in a control deck. Haven't seen that since Standard. Opponent plays a land. 2 cards in hand. Gonna swing at us for 4. I mean, Click here would be really nice. Or Gideon. Or Elspeth. But not Plains. We're gonna play Plains. Hopefully playing around a permission spell of some kind in the future, if we live that long. What is this? Secure the Wastes? That would be really bad. Okay, Sphinx's Revelation. Our opponent has 3 cards left in their library. So if they have a Eldrazi of some sort, they're not going to mill out, but they might have just put themselves in danger of milling out, depending on what we draw. Okay, 1 card left in the library. Approach. Okay. I don't think we have a way to mill them, so they are probably going to win. They play a land. Attack for 4, we go to 8. So even if we, like, click approach at draw step, they're still gonna... It's just gonna put it back and draw it again. Oh gosh. Yeah, Secret of the Way doesn't do it. I forgot we got ousted. Alright, game 3. So versus approach of the Second Sun control, what do we want? I don't think we're going to do our own approach. They're just set up better to do it than we are. Time Warp might be reasonable. I think we're just going to run it back, though. Alright, we'll play first. Well, it's got Mana Tithe in all of our colors, so we're going to keep. I don't know if it's good, but we're going to keep. Land gets us to Chromatic Lantern, and then to Day of Judgment. Another land, another 2 lands. We have to have 3 lands to get to our finishers in this hand, which is not good, but we'll see what happens. I think we needed early pressure against them. I probably should have mulliganed. Okay, Plains is not bad. Play Plains. Jitte. We'll play Mana Confluence. We're going to play Jitte. Trying to play around Daze. Potential Mana Tithe. 4 Spike. Okay, Council's Judgment. We are going to Mana Tithe that. If they Daze us here, they're going to be behind. Okay. We draw Plains. That's good. Play Chromatic Lantern. Okay, now we need a land. Opponent plays an island. Passes. We draw. Land. Perfect. Oh, now we can Gear Hulk Mana Tithe? That'd be so sick. Our opponent, like, casts a 4-drop. Forsake the Worldly. Okay, sure. We can't Mana Tithe that. 5 mana for our opponent. Yeah, let's try and bait something with Gear Hulk here, so that maybe we can resolve Elspeth and start winning the game. Okay, opponent just Sphinx's Rev for 2. Gear Hulk resolves. Okay. We draw Condemn. We'll get in for 5. Play Elspeth. She resolves. That's really good. Make some soldiers. Okay, now we're racing. Opponent reaches 6 mana. Opponent plays a Spellseeker. What are they going to go get? Probably like a Path or something for Gear Hulk. Maybe a Echoing Truth? I don't know. Ponder. I don't feel like that was a good pickup. Okay, Conclave Tribunal for Elspeth. Makes sense to me. We untap, we draw an island, play an island, and continue beating face. Kano goes to 9. Okay. Kano plays a plains. They're going to destroy all non-giant creatures. That's really bad for us. Like, really bad. Okay, we need another threat. That's a threat. Play Gideon. No mana leak, please. Okay, plus him. Hopefully they don't have an Oblivion Ring. I think that's the only way they have to answer him left. Okay, they cycle Miscalculation. Whew, wasn't mana leak. Oh man, that's... we got lucky. So if our opponent just casts the giant, we're gonna Wrath and then get in for 6. Kind of hoping that's their play. Giant can block Gideon, technically, because Gideon is not... this Gideon is not indestructible. It is the one Gideon without indestructible. Okay, opponent ponders. Plays an island. Champion of Wits for our opponent. Draws 2. Let's see what they discard. Plains. That's not good, I think. I don't know. Deep Analysis. Gonna draw more cards. Okay. So we're gonna get to Wrath here. We could repeal Tribunal too. But I think Wrath is better. And put our opponent at 3. Opponent plays a plains. Casts the giant. If we draw a land, we can repeal it, provided they don't have... Actually, if we taunt our opponent, we can condemn it, and that's much safer. Because that lets us leave up repeal for Conclave Tribunal through a daze next turn. And if we get back Elspeth, that's 2 threats our opponent has to deal with. There might also be a universe where we repeal Gideon to save him, but I don't know about that one. Okay, opponent plays a Mind Stone. They have to attack here. Okay, so we condemn. This does give our opponent a bunch of life, though. Temporal Mastery. That's pretty rough for us. We're going to help our opponent stabilize a lot. Okay, opponent's going to play Teferi. Probably Tux Gideon then. Nope, they're going to plus. Okay. They're just trying to find approach as fast as they can. Opponent is paying life for Deep Analysis. Okay. If they just have nothing, they're dead? No, they're not dead. Because Elspeth's tokens won't have haste. Glenalandra Archmage. Okay, well, we gotta do something about that right now. I'm gonna bounce Conclave Tribunal. While they're tapped out. We draw our own Glenalandra, which is good. Okay, they get to untap some lands. We draw Spectral Procession. So we're going to plus. We're going to 0. Attack our opponent. Swords Gideon. Unfortunately, we don't have Caracas to protect him. I'll play Glenalandra. Pass the turn. Opponent might have to end up tucking that Archmage if they want to resolve a approach. Yeah, they do. Okay, Tribunal. I'm going to take out Elspeth. Okay. So we can play Spellseeker, get Oust, and Oust Glenalandra, and then resolve Spectral Procession. But our opponent still has a Terminus that they're likely holding. Yeah, I think we still have to. There might be a better card for us to get to. Opponent is running really low on time. Okay, they had a remove soul. So in this case, now we have to Spectral Procession first to see if our opponent will use Glenalandra on this, because that makes swinging in with the tokens better. It's way worse versus Cryptic Command, though. Okay, opponent does not have Cryptic Command from the way they just tapped. We didn't see any evidence of it games 1 or 2 either. Okay, they are going to counter it. So this theoretically lets us kill Teferi. Okay, F6. F6 again. When it plays a land, if they have an approach and they cast it, I just don't think we can beat it, because we just can't race it. Oh, it's going to get in for 1. Okay, so they're going to Terminus, which takes away our whole clock. Martial Coup. Okay. We've already Day of Judgmented. We don't have our own Martial Coup in the deck, so I think that's just game over. We probably should have brought in Martial Coup. Okay, we take 10, go to 14. Redraw Glenalandra. Player. Pump fake that we have like a Settle the Wreckage or something, which I don't even know if it's in the cube. Turn off auto yields. Because we might have to sack it at our end step here. Okay, nope. I'm just going to fire up Colonnade. Block here, go to 1. Opponent casts Approach. Okay. So I think we Mystic Confluence, triple draw. But I don't think there's anything that saves us. We can Oblivion Ring, Conclave Tribunal, make 3 ground blockers. So even if we had blocked Colonnade, we'd have 10. We'd still take 7. Yeah, that's unfortunate. We had the tools to win, we just didn't draw them. Our opponent's deck is much better than ours. Alright, see you guys in round 2. Welcome back to round 2 of this Legacy League. We have a hand with no pressure whatsoever. But we do have double of both colors, a Wrath and Oblivion Ring. I think I'm going to keep. If you hear any excessive noise, Porter is chewing on a bone in the background, so I apologize in advance. That is a Uraga Tree Speaker, and this is really bad that we cannot immediately contest that. However, we're just going to have to deal with it, I think. Legacy Legal Soul Ring. Skip your turn 2. Well, you don't even skip your turn 2, you just play your turn 2 normally. Soul Ring with Suspend 1. It looks like our Wraths are going to be pretty good here. So we're going to go ahead and play Jitte. Pass the turn. Opponent is definitely on some sort of mono-green ramp strategy. So we're going to have Wrath with Oblivion Ring, Council's Judgment, backup. That is, we last that long. We may not last that long. So I actually think we Oblivion Ring the Hermit. Maybe we don't. So if our opponent pays the Echo cost, we get hit for 9. 9? We don't have any way to use our mana if we don't. But if they have a way to destroy Oblivion Ring, they definitely do with like Woodfall Primus and stuff. I think we have to wait for a Wrath. Oh gosh, I hope they don't like have a big nasty payoff this turn. We just have to survive to this Day of Judgment. Actually, them paying the echo cost makes our wrath worse because they're not spending their or they're not spending their mana committing more creatures to the board. Okay, they choose not to pay the echo cost. Fantastic. I'm glad we did not Oblivion Ring. In hindsight, that was a very, very dumb play. Shouldn't have even considered it. Opponent plays a forest. Rex Sage on the Jitte. Oh yeah, that would have been double bad. The opponent only has 2 cards in hand, and we are about to... Oh god. Never mind. Disregard everything I just said. Opponent is going to draw a bunch of cards. 4 cards to be exact. Just free reload. I can't believe this. And off of the Sylvan Caryatid too. Like no islands. Alright, well, there's no way we're not wrathing this turn. That was a nice 8 for 1. It was actually like a 4.5 because 4 of those tokens were from a single card, but still. A morph creature. What morph creature does mono green play? Or green blue? Like Segu Mauler? Is that in the cube? I guess we could always Oblivion Ring it and find out. Rattleclaw Mystic. Okay, well, we stopped them from getting a burst of mana and color fixing, so I guess that's okay. Carnage Tyrant. Luckily, we have a way to actually deal with that. That's pretty good. So we definitely are Council's Judgment. Judgmenting. And then we'll Spellseeker, use its ability, and I think we go and get... I think we get an Oust. Since it's sorcery speed, it's fine to show this to our opponent. If we show them Condemn, they can play around it for the rest of time, but Oust they can't really play around. Not in the same way, anyway. Although it might actually be worth getting Condemned just to make our opponent attack awkwardly. But who knows? We'll see. Eternal Witness, getting back Reclamation Sage. And then Reclamation Sage for Rattleclaw Mystic, basically. Alright. That seems fine. Okay, Concealed Courtyard. We'll play tapped. I don't think we want to oust any of these things. We'd rather oust something much more threatening. So we're just going to hold up Mystic Confluence and see what our opponent does. Hopefully if we can like mana leak, draw a draw, it'd be amazing. Worst case scenario, we could actually like repeal spells, like block and then repeal Spellseeker. I don't think I don't think I want to do that. Okay, put a play to land. So if one of our modes on Mystic Confluence is bounce Treetop Village, we're gonna take 7 here. I think that's okay. So we'll bounce this and draw 2 cards. Alright, Condemn's alright. And an Augur. Augur blocks really well here. So we'll play Augur. Spectral Procession. It's pretty good. Rest at the bottom any order. I think we'll go ahead and cast Spectral Procession. Pass back. We can even repeal Augur to draw a couple more cards. That seems pretty nice. Nissa, Vastwood Seer. Sure. I think we're gonna... Oh, we can't. Never mind. There's nothing we can do about that, actually. I was thinking about repealing her, but I was like, we need 1 more mana for that. Sylvan Library. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, we're gonna repeal Augur, try and get another re-hit on something else. Can we get a mana leak? That might be useful. Play Augur. Pick up Daze. Not super useful. Play Seeker. Go to combat. Attack with everything at Nissa. Well, Daze is just a prowess trigger on Seeker of the Way, which actually isn't that bad, I don't think. Okay, so opponent doing their Sylvan Library thing. Yeah, they put 2 cards back. They play a forest. Natural Order. Yeah, that's probably pretty bad. Let's see what they get. Has to be a green creature, so. Alright, that's a bunch of flying blockers. Opponent draws Garruk, Primal Hunter, and can cast him. Although we get to daze him if he does, which is pretty good. Are they seriously going to cast him? Okay. Do we condemn the land? Yeah, I think we're going to. It's not great, but... Okay, we need something. Island is not really something. I think we just island pass. Yeah, we don't want to attack and do a 2/2. This sucks because our opponent's getting a ton of card advantage that we can't catch up with right now. Now they can cast Garruk through Mana Leak and Daze. Yeah, these counter spells are supposed to fall off in the late game. Alright, well, we will Mana Leak that. Well, there's an idea. Make them attack. Pass the turn. Gideon can... That Chad. Such a bro. Willing to take a bunch of hornet stings for me. Alright, opponent is keeping some cards in hand this time. Alright, opponent attacks. Block like this. Gideon takes 5. Goes to 3. Opponent plays Garruk, Primal Hunter. You can draw 2 cards or you can make a 3/3 beast. Okay, opponent's going to probably draw some cards here. Oh, maybe not. Plays an elf. Plays right into Daze, question mark? I mean, Daze is never going to get better. Okay, Sun's Champion. That is useful for gumming up everything on the ground. Plus Gideon. Play Elspeth. Pump Seeker. Create a bunch of dudes. Oust the 4/4 token. Go to combat. kill Nissa, tag Garrick, own a double blocks. Alright. We gain some life, get rid of Nissa. I don't know why I'm holding this island they know about, but I am. Would like to draw Lingering Souls. Ternastodon, why? Oh, that's so nasty. Blowing up both our planeswalkers, it's so bad for us. Okay. We're definitely going to need some cards to get out of this one, that's for sure. What, opponent? You don't want to draw 9 cards? I think I am going to trade with a flyer here. That's not, it's not a real card right now. So we'll pass, we'll see what happens, but I think we're just dead. I kept a hand that was way too slow. We'll trade there. We can't quintuple block this. We would take 4 and then 3. Oh, that's gross. So if we chump, chump, and chump. It's the best we can do. Yeah, I don't think we have another Wrath. We do have Snapcaster, actually, so we could draw Snapcaster for Day of Judgment. But that kind of just delays the inevitable. And we didn't draw it. Okay, so versus this deck. Kind of want Martial Coup. Elish Norn seems pretty good. Maybe we should be playing Harmonious Archon. It flies, it outblocks everything, and it makes Elspeth make 3/3s, which seems really, really awesome. I have a feeling I built this deck totally wrong, but we'll see. Fairgrounds Warden? I don't think we want Fairgrounds Warden. We don't have enough draw for Approach to be good. I don't know. We don't have a particular card for Spellseeker. It's just kind of a value creature, and I think I'm going to cut it. I think I'm also going to cut... I think I cut Mana Tithe. Let's try it like this. We could run Sin Collector. Opponent does have relevant non-creature spells that hits. Okay, this hand is almost good, but we're going to mulligan. This hand is not so good, but I think we need to keep this. Start Plains, pass the turn. Opponent plays an elf. We draw. Seeker. Alright, that's good. It's a good thing to curve into Lingering Souls, or Council's Judgment. Though I can't imagine we need to cast this early. Maybe we do. So this gives them a ton of card selection. I have a feeling we actually have to do this. Okay. Get in for 3. What's our opponent gonna do? Breeding Pool tapped. Alright. Council's Judgmenting Sylvan Library was certainly the play we needed to make. Okay. So we're gonna Lingering Souls, leave up Karakas, just in case of a derpy legendary creature. Get in for 3. Opponent plays a forest. Tapping 5 mana for something. Primal Command. Okay, I understand putting our land on top of our library, but shuffling our grave back in, not so good, I don't think. Even with the Lingering Souls. I think you would rather be tutoring up a creature that you can play from that position. Because, like, right now, they got nothing. Okay, we're going to get in for 4, take them to 9. Okay, opponent plays a land. And a Carnage Tyrant. Yep, and it's a big dumb dinosaur. We draw Augur. Well, let's play an Augur. We find a Daze. At least we hit something. Get in for 2 in the air. Pass the turn. If we draw a land, we can double Daze. Opponent attacks for 7. We are not going to block. We will take the 7. Opponent, Everflowing Chalice, kick twice. Learned from the last time, I guess. Especially now that they know we have it. They just saw it. 3 mana for Rex Sage with no target. Oh. I mean, I guess they can target their own thing if they want to, but they're not going to do it. We draw a Vendilion Click. Now this seems like fun. We can, since they know about Daze, we could Daze our own Click during combat for lifelink and to kill their creature. I actually think that's worth doing. They're really on their back foot, and like we can take a peek at their hand anyway. Like it's not draw step, but okay. So maintain priority. Click. Daze Click. Pay 1. Target them. Tooth and Nail and Hornet Queen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if they draw land, they can entwine Tooth and Nail. And if they don't draw land, they're going to play Hornet Queen. But they're also going to be dead next turn. And Hornet Queen is a million blockers. So we're going to take Hornet Queen from them and pray they don't draw land in 2 draw steps. I think that's our best line to victory here. There's a land. It's like an entwined Tooth and Nail now, and we are very sad. So we can just go get Hornet Queen and like Woodfall Primus. Take us off double white so we can't Wrath. Woodfall Primus makes Wrath really bad anyway. Now I regret dazing, but if we hadn't... There was probably a better line. I got kind of greedy. We probably should have just swung out, clicked them, and then had Daze to prevent this scenario, but I wanted to be clever and it bit me in the butt. Hornet Queen, Eternal Witness. That's pretty good. Eternal Witness picking up Tooth and Nail. That's pretty good too. Do we have a way out of this? We don't have enough mana for Martial Coup. Take 7. If we draw Mystic Confluence, we might be able to bounce enough of their creatures for it to be relevant. I think we attack with this Seeker because it changes the clock, I think. If we draw Mystic Confluence, we could bounce, bounce, bounce. Have 1 flying blocker, and we'd attack for lethal. So Mystic Confluence right now can kill them, unless they can find another flyer or a creature with reach. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that does it. Okay, no blocks. Down to 10. Nissa. Okay. Plays a forest, flips Nissa. Pluses Nissa, reveals natural order. Okay. I think their only other big creature we know of is Woodfall Primus, so they could natural order like elves. Acidic slime. Alright, that's kind of gross. Quite literally, it is a slime. They take Chromatic Lantern. We get a Plains, so we can Gear Hulk Daze. I don't think that does anything. Well, Gear Hulk and Augur can block down Carnage Tyrant. But our opponent has enough other creatures. So we flash in Gear Hulk. We will not cast Daze. With double block Carnage Tyrant. And if we draw Mystic Confluence, we kill them. If we can survive, we can draw land Elishnor. Okay. Opponent draws Karn, Scion of Urza. I can't imagine Mycosynth Lattice is in this cube. Oh no, that's Great Creator. This is the one that draws cards and makes Karn Structs. Natural Orders and Elves. If they get Woodfall Primus and take a land, then land Elishnor is definitely not a way we win. Come on, Mystic Confluence or bust. 1 in 28 chance. I don't even think we have a cantrip. Never mind. Well, they could blow up enough of their own lands. Okay, that prevents Wrath or Mystic Confluence. And doesn't let us go wide enough that we could kill them. Alright, what do we draw? I think we'll scoop it up. See you guys in round 3. Welcome to round 3. I mean, we've got interaction. We'll keep. No pressure, but interaction. Opponent plays Plains. Could this be the mirror match? We'll play a Plains. Opponent plays a Swamp. It is not the mirror match. We draw a Concealed Courtyard, play an island. Pass the turn, we got Mana Leak online. Opponent plays a Swamp. Sure. Play Concealed Courtyard. It's the only time it's going to come in untapped. Not sure if that's relevant, but we'll play like it is. Swamp and Seraph of the Scales. We could just oust that next turn. I think that's what we're going to do. If our opponent wants it that bad, they're going to have to replay it. Play a Plains. Oust. Okay. Opponent plays a Sorin. We will Mana Leak a Sorin. Play land. Pass turn. Hold up Repeal. There's a second island. And a Seeker. Ooh. So now we can Opposition and Seeker. And on our opponent's upkeep, we can tap their only planes. Oh, that feels pretty dirty. Oh. Main deck? Forsake the Worldly? I mean, maybe. Maybe that's a thing. Okay, we draw Glen Elandra Archmage. Play Plains. Go to combat. Attack for 2. Play Glen Elandra. Pass the turn. Maybe we should have played Karakas in case of like Hymn to Torok or some other discard. Okay, Seraph of the Scales. And a Giver of Runes. Okay, we draw Day of Judgment. So we'll play Caracas, and I think we're going to Council's Judgment Seraph. We want to avoid the Afterlife trigger on it. And we don't really want to Wrath with what we've committed to the board. Okay, opponent takes 5, we gain 3, pass the turn. Opponent is going to Journey to Nowhere. Yeah, I think we're going to counter it. Anguished Unmaking. We're not going to counter it because it does make them lose life. We're probably not going to recur Glenalandrin anyway. This is a pretty nice 2-for-1 right there. Alright, Mana Tithe. Get in with Seeker of the Way. Take them to 11. Can't imagine they block. Like now if they commit a big board, we're okay with Wrath. Okay, Ranger Captain of Eos. Student of Warfare. Oh, we will be Mana Tithing that. That was a good Mana Tithe. Oh, we have Caracas and Gideon. That seems pretty nice. So we'll go ahead and taunt. Pass the turn. We're not swinging into an open Giver of Runes. Especially not when the creature's large enough to just kill whatever we attack with. Student of Warfare. And Gideon Blackblade. Gonna give it lifelink. Lifelink and Pro White. Okay. When it gets in at Gideon. Okay, this is fantastic here. This is just amazing. Okay, levels up student. Alright, we untap. We draw a Spectral Procession. So we Wrath. Opponent didn't even in response. Yeah. They have nothing left in their hand, so we're going to go ahead and cast a Spectral Procession. Animate Gideon. I use the Gideon to kill the Gideon. Big brain time. Alright, opponent is completely out of resources. We have an active Planeswalker and 3 tokens to protect it. I think we got there. Yeah! Alright, game 2. So, opponent just concedes. I'm sorry to have cut this league a little bit short, but they really didn't want to play that one out. So, hope you guys enjoyed this Legacy League as much as I did. Or didn't. See you guys next time.